Welcome, traders. Good morning. Gates Adams here. I am your host, and welcome to another episode of the Trader Bacon Show. As we are rounding out the year and getting ready for Christmas and the holidays that are upcoming, obviously we're going to have some changes to the trading schedule as well as the show. And we'll get all the details out on that as quickly as we can. But here we are, ready to finish up the year, and we've got some just great and exciting news coming up from Apex. If you have not seen it, they have opened an interesting door that I think for a lot of people will be just an exciting opportunity. And ultimately, what that is normal structure is actually to require 7 days to pass an evaluation. And now through December 27th at 4:59 p.m. Eastern time, you can actually pass an evaluation in just 1 day. So that is now through December 27th. So a little over a week right now. So make sure you take full advantage of that. And no, this is not for everybody. Obviously, some traders need the extra time and won't want to push it. But for those of you that feel like this is a great opportunity for you, take full advantage, because this is just such an outstanding shift from the norm, and just opens up a lot of doors for traders out there. So take full advantage of that when you get the opportunity to. And again, that ends December 27th, not at midnight, but at 4:59 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you've got that handled. Anyway, today we are going across the pond once again, and we're going to be talking to Mark from France. And he's going to be sharing with us some of the strategies that helps him bring home the bacon.
Welcome to the Trader Bacon Show, where we showcase everyday traders that are getting funded, paid, and bringing home the bacon. Are you ready? Because the Trader Bacon Show starts right now.
Mark, good morning or good evening, I guess, for you.
Yes, good evening. It's dark outside right now in France.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate you taking some time with us and talking with us from all the way across the Atlantic. So welcome to the show, and looking forward to getting a little bit of time to chat with you today. So let's talk a little bit about your trading. How long have you been trading now, Mark?
Now I've been trading for more than 10 years, I'll say. Okay. It's this period of time I trade in, and some moment I stop, but let's say 10 full trading years, let's say.
Gotcha. So you're what we would call a seasoned trader for sure at this point. So what brought you into the world of trading in the first place? How did you get started here?
In fact, I had a graduate in finance, and every time all my childhood I wanted to be a trader. I began to try, because I'm 40 years old, so it was maybe more than 15 years ago. I wanted to be a trader because I really loved the word golden boy. It was before it used to be a good word. So I wanted to be there, and I began to try to trade for a small company. It was called Prop Firm. It was in UK. But after I had to come back in France, I had a girlfriend, I have family, and I began to trade for myself. I studied a lot. I discovered tools. Different tools, which was a DOM, for example, and I began to create strategy inside. And let's say that I've been trading for myself now for really 5-6 years.
5 or 6 years. So you talk about obviously the journey and what you've learned along the way. How did you actually learn your trading strategy? Is this something that you put together? Did you buy a course? Did you just, I guess at that time there was still probably a bunch of YouTube videos out there. What did that path look like for you?
Yeah, I had. It's strange to say that, because I had a mentor. I had someone who was kind enough to teach me not how to trade, to teach me what to look at on the markets in order after to begin to create strategies. Because this person was making money on the market. It was his job. He was working for himself, and he did not want it just to tell me, I will show you how to trade. It's not that, because the trading is a profile of the person. Your trading is how you are yourself. So he did not want me to copy him, because I had a personality different from him, and I could trade, and I had to trade different aggressivity. What was very important to him, it's I will show you what to look at on the market and which tool you have to pay attention in order after to create strategy. And so this mentor, I of course every day I thanks to him, but it's thanks to him I came in the trading.
I think that brings up a pretty profound point, because there's a lot of systems out there that, we can go find just a ton of systems that say, when you see this, execute this trade. And I think that there's a lot of value in that for a new trader to develop some confidence and to develop some sense of their own strategy. However, really, when it comes down to becoming a well-rounded and a holistic trader, I think that it's much more important to understand how the market works. So here's the thing. The market will always change. The market will always shift. And any particular strategy that may work today may not work 6 months or a year or 5 years from now. But if you have a deep understanding of what the market is telling you, then you have the ability to shift with the market versus having to go find something from brand new. Does that seem about like what your mentor was teaching you?
Exactly. In fact, you have in front of you, it's just like in sport, for example, you have a team in front of you, and your strategy will be dependent of who you have in front of you. You need to know who you are playing. You need to know the rules of the games and the good rules of the game in order after to play inside. And you need to adapt yourself. You cannot say, hey, I'm going to do that. I'm going to trade by myself with what I have in the head and not paying attention to what is in front of you, what this jungle, because the market is jungle. So you need to know the rules. You need to know where to pay attention after to know which, for example, which tree you will go, you will climb, or where not to go. It's that first to know exactly all these parameters. And after you know all these parameters, okay, you know that now you can begin to think and to create your own strategy in this jungle.
Gotcha. And I think that's a big part of growing as a trader. And it's one of those things that just takes time. It takes a diligence of effort and an intention. And ultimately, after 10 years trading, clearly that has been a big part of your journey and one of the reasons why you're experiencing the success that you're experiencing. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about how you operate as you're starting to begin your trading day. First of all, since you're in France, obviously you have a different time schedule than we do here, mostly in the States. So what are you typically trading? Do you typically trade US Open, or are you typically trading a different part of the clock?
In fact, I used to trade European markets, so indexes on European markets. So I was trading Euro stocks, so FESX, and DAX market, FDAX. Gotcha. So it's in the morning here. It's from 9 a.m. to 12 in France time. So I used to trade that. After, of course, I adapt myself to markets. So I began to trade other markets. So I came to US market, which is a S&P and which is a NASDAQ. I like a lot when markets are moving, when there is volatility. So when you can compare Euro stocks, FS6 with S&P, you can compare the DAX, FDAX with NASDAQ NQ. So now I used to trade a lot the afternoon. So the afternoon for me, which is the morning for you, the NASDAQ during 3 hours. So from the beginning until 6. So it means that it is the closing of the European market. So during this period, I like the volatility. So it's 3 hour session. And basically, when I have time, I trade the morning on European markets, DAX, and the afternoon on the NASDAQ market. And when I have things to do in the morning here in France, I only trade the afternoon.
Gotcha. Now, you talk a lot about your holistic approach to understanding the markets more so than just having a strategy. So as you approach your charts, is there anything that you do to prepare yourself for your trading day?
Yeah, in fact, I am a trader which is aware I don't use any chart analysis in order to trade. And I found something which is really interesting, and not only interesting, but really wonderful with Apex, because they offer, you call that DOM, here we call that order book.
Okay.
It's the possibility to trade with this tool, which is the DOM. And me, I don't take any decision on the charts because it's my point of view. My point of view, it's the charts. It's when you trade on that, it's a tool which is old, with sometimes late, and I like to try to read what's happening in the DOM, and I only trade what I can see on the DOM itself. In fact,
gotcha. So let's take a look if we can. Obviously, we have the opportunity to take a look at some of your setup and see what it is that you show or what you're looking at when you decide to make a trade. Now, I'm assuming most people are pretty familiar with the DOM and the depth of market, but let's take a look. Zunaid, are we having an issue?
Yeah, Mark, you went ahead and stop sharing, so if you could share it again, that'd be great.
Oh, Mark, yeah, if you can hit the share or the present button.
I share now. Check.
Mm-hmm.
Let me, 1 second. Is this one? Is it okay? Is it working? Yep.
There we go.
Yeah,
We've
good.
got it.
So this is it's come from Apex. I have different accounts on Apex. You can see them on the right. It's PA, and I'm using the order book via. So you have I don't know if you have 2 or 3, but I'm using ATAS, which is this one, which is in blue in red, and also I'm using Tradovate, which is this one. Okay. And today, I trade, for example, on this one, I made 1,000 on this one. So it's three account PA. So it's 3 accounts, 250,000 at the beginning, and I began to trade. So as I told you, the US market, and I stopped trading half an hour before this this show in order not to have a bad face if something was going wrong. In fact. This is ATAS. This one is Tradovate. Okay. This software Apex is providing, I think, is really amazing. It's amazing because it's really give the opportunity. Here you can have a chart, but I don't take any decision with this chart. I only try to read that and to read when there is a buyer, when there is a seller, and after when I see that. I make my own strategy in that. So when I see a seller, I try to put myself with this seller to sell the market in order after to have profits. If you can make a profile on traders, I can be considered as a scalper. I'm trading as a scalping strategies. I enter and I exit maybe 20, 30 times a day. And every time I do that, and I make small profit. For example, when you come back on my ATAS, for example, I begin to here. When I make this profit on this account, $87,800, I did not make it in one trade. I made $50 in 20 trade, and that's how I increased my profit and loss. It's really like that. So I have a scalping strategy. I have a risk strategy. So I try to adapt myself to the rules of Apex because it's really important. Apex give you rules, and of course you need to adapt your trading to these rules. And after, when I put this risk parameter in my head and I try to have the good clip size, I try not to be too heavy. I try to, in order not to as soon as there is a big move, to be stopped. I try to adapt myself to my strategy, to the risk parameter of Apex, and to the volatility in the markets. And as soon as I have that, I try to read the books and to begin my trading.
Gotcha. So what is it that you're actually looking for in the DOM or the order book, as you call it? What is it that you're looking for that opens up a trade opportunity for you?
Here, for example, here it's a buy. Here are the buyers, and here are the sellers. And me, I cannot read the order book every time, at every second, every moment. But sometimes I can see, for example, here on the right, there is a pressure on the bid, and sometimes, or I can see a pressure on the seller. So if I see a pressure, for example, here, okay, I will make a test, but only with one micro contract, stuff like that. I will make a. Imagine I can see something here as a seller. I will enter here and to sell this,
Okay.
And as soon as I see that, now of course I will, for example, here I'm wrong. So here I will try to enter in a second position, and I will try to understand and to see when there is another seller. So I have my scenario. When I begin to see and to enter my first contract, for example, two scenarios, or it's going against me, and at this moment I will try to find a second zone. And in the good scenario, I will, of course, make a profit on where I will see a buyer, because here, if I'm selling the market, I will try to see when it's buying in order to to exit the market. Here, right. For example, as you see, it went down, it went up it blocked at 2. So and so here the good pressure will be here for me. So two scenario, or it comes back here and I will sell the market, or it comes back and this one I will delete, I will exit the market, taking a small loss. For example, here if I exit, I will lose only maybe 2 or 3 exactly. And if it comes back here, I'm sure at 16902, I prefer to tell that, not to think about too much in order to try to find my work to tell these figures. I'm sure there is a seller, so I hope it will come back in this point in order to begin to create my strategy. It's how I try to read the market, to read the order book, and I do that maybe 30 times a day. 20 times I will make money, 10 times I will lose, and after there is a arbitrage between my winning trade and my losing trades.
Now, are you typically going for a certain amount of profit, or do you kind of try to base that on the read that you're seeing in the volume as well?
I don't. If you can see my DOM, there is not a volume, so I don't really trade with the volume. I trade with the elasticity, with the move, with the dynamic of the market. But okay. I don't care about volume. It's not I don't care. I don't pay in attention to these parameters. I'm only trading with this volatility. I make by myself with my head arbitrage in this volatility, and I try to read when there is buyer seller in order to enter my position and to sell my position, and to do that all the day on all markets. It's that my trading days.
Gotcha. Yeah. And so Steve asked, so you take quick scalps, which I think we kind of talked about. You're taking about what, 20 or 30 trades a day, you said, in a hour, 2 hour, 3 hour period?
Exactly, between 3 and exactly. Here, for example, you can see that there is 82 contracts bought and 82 sold. I used to begin my enter with the 3 contracts. So here, for example, I had 25 trades during this trading session.
Wow. Okay.
And you can see here, for instance, that the sellers on the book I noticed at 2, they really arrived, and now the markets really decreased. So it's what I could notice in the books at this moment. Not usually here. I'm talking with you, so it's not a process just to enter and to begin to create to enter a strategy and a trade. But here, what I noticed on the book was really happening.
Gotcha. So do you have a general sense, or is it just completely sporadic? Do you know what a typical win or a typical loss looks like, statistically speaking?
Yeah.
Or does it just vary that much?
But here, I scalp on both. I buy and I sell. I don't care which position. When there is a move, if I see something buying on the bid, I buy. On the sell market, I sell. So this one, I don't care to buy and to sell. Secondly, when I make money, I don't know how much I will make, because I'm not entering and I will try to make 5 lot. No, when I am in position, I'm waiting for a move. I don't know how much will be this move, and as soon as it's blocked, it means that now the other the buyers came back. I try to exit the market. So sometimes I make 5 ticks, sometimes I make 10, sometimes 15. I really don't know when I enter my position, when I will exit. One thing which is important, this one, it's when I have winning trade. In my lost trade, sometime what happened, I begin to create a position to create a position. Often when I am in a bad position, my account is blown because I begin to take risk, and this I adapt myself to Apex. And this, I try sometime when I am in a bad position, the bad trade will be, the account will be dead. But what is very important, it's when you know the rules of Apex, which is amazing, you begin to have one account, two accounts, you can have 20 here. For example, when you see, I have 10 accounts, I have 10. And you can see that the 3 last accounts, in the afternoon, I lost them, I blown them, but I don't care. I don't care because the new challenge, I will recreate other challenge. I will pay this money in order to have other one. And I don't care to lose because you need to invest in challenge. You need to invest in account. You need to take this risk, this financial risk on yourself in order after to make money. It is that Apex. It gives you the opportunity to be profitable trader. It gives to everyone the possibility to be a trader. So of course, at the beginning, you need to invest in yourself in order to succeed.
So you bring up a really good point here. I think that a lot of people take a lost account to mean a failure. And I think that for some people that may very well be the case, but I think the flip side of that is if the parameters allow you to take the necessary risk to make the general levels of profit that you're getting, and you accept the fact that there are going to be some blown accounts and some recycling of evaluations, that's just a business expense that allows you to trade in a way that consistently generates you profit. Would that be fair?
Exactly. It's exactly how I work. At the beginning of every month or every 50 days, I begin to pay for challenges. And I don't pay 1, 2. I say, no, maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe 30. It's that. It's my investment. I invest this money on myself. After I have the challenge, so sometimes I lose challenge, of course. Maybe when I have 2 challenge, I lose 1, of course. But if I have 30, okay, now 15 will be accounts. And when I have 50 these accounts, I will lose maybe 11 or 12. But at the end, 3 stays and make money. So when I lose the 12, it's not, I will not say I don't care, because at this moment, I feel a little bit angry and I feel disappointed. But the day after, I say, hey, don't forget, it is the rules. You don't take the risk of loss. It's Apex with there. So now you only have to think about to succeed and the profit. When you lose, don't worry. Tomorrow is another day. You will pay the challenge and you come back in the game. It is that my mentality. And I will talk about money. But for example, here, this last month, I invested 4,000 and I made 12,000 this month. So if I would not have invested this money, I would not have made this profit. So I like you because I'm a trader. So every people as a trader like to talk about money. But this last month, I made $12,000 thanks to Apex. And
that's
of course.
Well, and that's fantastic. And I think, as we put the image back on here, I think that when we talk about the opportunity to take one day to pass an evaluation, you would be the perfect type of trader that this would be built for. Instead of having to wait those days when you're seeing these swings, this may be an opportunity where instead of losing one because you had to overtrade it for 7 days, you have an opportunity to finish that in one day and start moving into that PA and that profitability sector. Even if you happen to lose a few along the way, clearly your strategy allows for that. Does that sound pretty good?
It is that you have the possibility, thanks to that, just to create your portfolio, your PA portfolio, and to fix it at 20. So and now you don't have this time criteria. Now you don't have this parameter, this rule of 7 days. It's off. It's only 1 day. So now you need to think about the success. To think about the success, how to have my 20 accounts. How to have it? I need to have 20 challenge which pass. And now you have the possibility in 1 day. So don't think about, you want to make money, no problem. But first, invest. Invest not in Apex. It's not to invest in Apex. It's invest in yourself in order to succeed. And for me, for all the world who is, today in the world, there are people who don't have the luck to succeed. It's very difficult to work in a company because you have maybe not diploma, not degree. You have this opportunity with ProFirm and here Apex, because there are other ProFirm, but I think to myself, I trade with Apex because it's the best one. You have the opportunity to succeed and to bet in yourself. So go deeply and invest your time, your everything in order to succeed. It's really an amazing opportunity, Apex, really.
Absolutely. And Steve, I have to 100% agree with you. Mark psychology must be rock solid. And I think that's something that comes from, the experience, the time spent, and the willingness to take the level of risk that's comfortable for him. And that level of risk is going to be different for everybody. But for him, he knows where he stands. And that solid stance right there, I think, has been obviously a significant contributor to his success. Real quick, guys, before we wrap up, if you haven't already done so, please make sure you fill out the form for the free evaluation. We'll be giving those out here in just a second. And you will be getting a notification by the end of the week with the details on how to make sure you get that set up. Next Monday is Christmas, so we will not be here on Christmas Day. So between now and then, I want to wish you guys a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas. Enjoy this time with family, with friends, or whatever it is that you choose to do during this time. And we definitely look forward to catching up here in short order after that. Mark, thank you so much for sharing your time with us and your wisdom. I love the dynamic. I love the energy. And quite frankly, to echo Steve's point, yes, your mindset has to
one thing, because I'm trading like that with Apex. I have continue. I make sometimes trading session on my YouTube channel. So if people want to see how to trade maybe with Dom, if you can communicate on my YouTube channel, it will be a pleasure. Just people, it's for free. It's for free. So I don't ask nothing to people. They can just go on it and try to see how to trade thanks to the Dom.
What's the YouTube channel so people can come check it out?
I'm working with a trader community here in France because I'm not alone. We are traders, so we are exchange. Right. It's a Xelos trading. So XEILOS trading.
XEILOS trading.
Exactly, and we are traders there. Jonathan there is a friend of us, Gregory, and we are trading, we are exchanging, and all we are trading on Dom and with Apex. So if people want to see sessions trading with Apex, with Tradovate and Natas, they can see, and it will be a pleasure sometime to comment and to reply to them if they have questions, and if I have time also.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, guys, go check Mark out. See a little bit more in depth what he's talking about and how he's getting these massive profits. And just once again, make sure that fits your trading strategy. But I think the deeper understanding of what the market's doing is really the key to his success. And obviously, he's got a pretty great handle on that. So, Mark, once again, thank you for your time today. Loved having you on the show. Can't wait to see more great things from you and keep us posted on how everything's going. Okay.
It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you soon. Happy holidays, and we'll see you on the next Trader Bacon Show.
Yes.
Welcome to the Trader Bacon Show, where we showcase everyday traders that are getting